Okay, create a project. So in a cloud we have a lot of options. If you see left side, many options will be there, but in a data center, if you see, when you create a project, very limited will be there. JIRA software, we have only basic, Scrum, Kanban. Okay, so below bug tracking, task management, projects management, that is a basic projects, like business kind of projects we can track there. So business kind of projects only we can create a project configuration is same. Okay, but in the project some less features will be available, but the configuration is same. If you take any project in JIRA, like issue type, workflow, screens, permissions, so all are same. Okay, but when you create a Scrum, Kanban, some feature will be extra in the projects level. Okay, so I will select here Scrum project. If you click on software development, you can see Scrum. Okay, I'm selecting template, team managed, company managed. Select the company managed. Okay, so this is also interview question. When they ask like a two difference between Scrum, the data center and cloud, if they ask, so when you're creating a projects, we have a two type of projects available. One is a team managed, company managed, but in a data center all is company managed only, there is no team managed. So team managed means they can set up their self everything, issue type, workflow, screens, permissions, everything they can maintain. So that will be created based on that within the project only. Okay, it will not create in the backend. If they created any custom field, it will be created only in within the projects. If you come to our backend place like admin console, work type, the left side custom fields, you cannot see the custom fields there because it's not a globally. Okay, so that's why they can create their own projects level and they can manage it. So I've just give the name, example PD power data. I'll just click on next. Okay, just skipping this, continue. Okay, the project is created. So if you see, if I click on this projects management, in a child level, in the drop down level, I cannot see anything. If I click on JIRA, this is also JS, this is also Scrum project. That's why I can see JS board. Here PD board. The board option is extra. Okay. If I click on projects, the project is not opening. Below the board is opening. If I click on board, you can see these are the boards. Okay. You can see some options here: summary, timeline, backlog, and active sprint. These two only is an extra in a Scrum projects: backlog and active sprint. Okay, and if you see resource management is only board, list, calendar, it's a different one. But in a Power BI, if I click on it, PD board, lot of things will be appear. So here in a Power BI data projects, one board is created, that is called PD board, right? When the project is, if the project is created, if I go to the filter, view all filter, board for filter for PD board. So when you create a Scrum board, the board will be created and one filter will be created. Okay, if I click on this filter, it's a private, editor is private, is associated with their projects. But why this filter is created, how the filter will be helpful for the board. Okay, if you click on this Power BI data PD board, three dots, it's a board settings. And the same, if you click on above three dots, is a project settings. If I click on project settings, I'm not covering this topic because we already discussed. Issue type, configuration, same. Priorities, workflows, screens, field configurations. So they all will be same in the project settings. Okay, this configuration is same for Scrum, Kanban, normal project also same. Apart from these configurations, we have extra here board configurations, board settings. Okay, we need to develop the board. Second example, if I delete this board, what will happen? Okay, nothing will happen, just the board will be deleted, but the projects will be remain same. Okay, example, I deleted this board, deleted. So now what will happen, this project is changed to normal projects. It's a basic project, how we have created earlier resource management, the same kind. Here is the project, same summary report, list, forms, goals, all work, component, everything is same again. Okay, so when you delete the board, the project will not affect. Okay, it means when you create a scrum board, the projects will be created, the board will be created, so the two will be merged. But if you delete the board, the project remains same. Okay, same, each project can I create a multiple boards? Yes, we can create. So anytime now projects data, if I click on three dots, no, in a search button, this is in a cloud, we have direct options. If you click on here, you can see boards, projects, filter, plans, it will come like this. Click on board, you can see as of now JS board I have. Create a board. When you create a board, only two options will become. Okay, so there is a two types of to create a board. One is when you create a project, new project, the board will be created automatically. Second, existing project also you can create a board. For that you need to go to the board option, create a board. So when you create a board, select the board first. I'll select Scrum. The next it is asking board create with a new projects. If I select first option, projects will be created again, board will be created. But I have a project already. So what I need to select? Board from existing projects. If I click on next option, board name I need to give. Okay, I'll give like same PD board. Next is which projects I need to create. Location, power data, that's it. Then click on create board. So now again board is created. Right? Right. Second, as I told you, I can create a multiple boards also. But how multiple boards will be helpful for the single projects? Okay, they will categorize it. Example, now if I click on any ticket, okay, in a Power BI I created a story. Okay, create. Okay, so you cannot see directly in the active sprint, where you can see backlog, you can see story 1. So I can create it, I can create a bug, then create. So I can see bug and story in a PD board now. But how it is work means, if I go to the board settings, you can see first details, board name, who is the board administrator. Board administrator can able to access these board settings. Second, location, you can see board filter, project is equal to PD. So any board will be work based on the filter. Okay, example, if I go to all filter now, refresh it, filter for PD board, I think one is created first time, I created a board only. When you delete the board, the filter will not delete it. Okay, so it still remains same. Okay, I can edit this, I can create a new filter also, you know, like how to create a new filter. From here we can create it, or here also. So what I'll do, this below one, it is a working latest now, I'll edit this and type is equal to story, only one ticket now, right? What I'll do, I'll save the filter, save changes. Okay, whenever the filter will be there, if you do any changes, again we have a save options here. Okay, I saved it. Now if I refresh this board, what is the filter? Project is equal to PD and type is equal to story only. Then if I see it in a PD board, Okay, if I go to the backlog, you can see only story I can see. So where is the bug? In a project the bug is there, but it is not matching to my board filter. Okay, same I can create another board also. I can create a new board that I can do like project is equal to PD and issue type is equal to bug. Okay, so I'll change this also. Example, board settings, PD storyboard. Okay, you can save this, it will be saved to storyboard. So now I can create a new board also. Okay, I need to go to the board again, create a board, Scrum. So when you create a board, projects and board will be created. Second option, board project is there, only board created, so filter will be created. Board from an existing saved filter also we can create it. If I click on next is board name, saved filter, location. So I have already filter also. Example bug, I'll go to the filters, view all filter, one second. Three dots right from sidebar. No. Okay, filters, so to understanding I've changed the filter for PD storyboard. If I come back, this is I will change to, this is the bug one, save. So what I need to do here, type is equal to bug, save changes. So now I can create a board here, create a board. What is the saved filter? Already filter also will be there. If don't have filter, create a board. Second options, create board from existing project. The board filter will be created, but anytime the filter is created, only project is included, any other things will not included. So again you can go to the filter, edit the filter, or else you can create a filter for first time only. PD bug board, filter bug board, location PD data, then create a board. So now I can see two boards here. One is PD bug board, story board. So when I create a bug, it will show on the only bug board. If I create a story, it will come on the story board only. Okay, so I just created based on a issue types, but they can manage anything. I'll show you my real-time instant now. So some any project like how they can manage it. So example, multiple teams are working in the one project. Okay, so that case what they will do, they will create it like this. Okay, if this team or example any project we are developing, we have a two types of Java team will be there or Python team will be there. So Python team will separate board and Java team separate board. Okay, so based on the teams also you can manage it. Okay, in a single projects, can we create a Scrum and Kanban? Yes, when you're creating a board also you can create a Scrum and Kanban and anything. Okay, okay, I'll create some multiple projects here. Back to a story, we can go to the story, backlog, Okay, so I've created all bugs, I've created all. So how the real time will be work? So example, I'm the developer. Okay, I don't know what they are design, what they are planning, and when we need to develop it. Okay, so directly when they are discussing in the call in the design level, I cannot go directly develop it. Okay, so Scrum will be work based on the time frame. Okay, when we need to develop, what is the start date, what is the end date for development, it will work like that. Okay, so first when they are planning or designing times, they will Scrum Master, they will create a tickets. Okay, so in somewhere you can see like a Scrum Masters in organization levels. Okay, so Scrum Master means they will plan the tickets, plan the work. Okay, so when any projects, they will they'll understand the designing or plannings, based on that they will create a tickets. But whenever the backlog tickets will be there, the developer don't worry about it, because backlog tickets something they're created, but there is not when we need to decide it, when they need to develop it, something it is not happen. So then in a backlog maybe 1000 tickets will be there, you cannot work on 1000 tickets at once. Okay, what tickets you need to work on it? So what Scrum Master work they will do, they will create a sprint, click on three dots, edit a sprint. So I'll put PD sprint 1, we have a duration 1 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks. So this is the organization depends. Okay, some they'll go 1 2 3, so organization completely follow one strategy. If it's a 2 weeks, okay, maximum 2 weeks they will follow it. Okay, so I'll select a 2 weeks, then start date is today 26th, and then end date is automatically 6/9/2025. If you have any custom dates, you can select end date also by selection. Okay, once dates is selected, start date and end date, then update. So now sprint 1, 25th May it will be start, 8th June will be end. Okay, so now what Scrum Master will do, they will move the tickets from backlog to active sprint. Okay, this time to this time, which tickets we need to work on it. Okay, so I want to work on 4th ticket, just drag and drop. Okay, you can see when I click on this, what will happen in the backend. If I go to the history, you can see Nagaraju updated the sprint, none to PD sprint 1. You can see sprint name here. Okay, sometimes they'll ask you questions. When I'm moving issues from backlog to active sprint, it's not moving. Again, it is coming back to backlog only. So what is the issue for that? So what happening when I'm changing backlog to sprint, that ticket is editing and sprint name is updating to which sprint I'm moving. The sprint is updating, sprint field updating with the sprint name. If you don't have edit permissions, it will come back because the ticket will not edit. So it will not edit means it will not update the sprint name. The sprint field it will not set. Then it will come back to backlog only. So the first step we need to verify edit permissions. The second options, if you go to the project, project settings. So some people they'll contact you, I'm not able to create a sprint option. I can say create a sprint option, but some person is they are not able to see create a sprint option. So for that, it's a permissions level. First is okay, manage sprint permissions. Whoever have this manage sprint permissions only, they can create a sprint, they can start the sprint, they can close the sprint, and they can move issues from backlog to active sprint, and they can manage completely the sprints. Okay, so we need to verify manage sprint option. Okay, so I moved all these tickets. So this 25th May to 8th June, only these 4 tickets I need to work on it. So I will assign this example Nagraj. This is also Nagraj. Sorry, Nagraj. So this is assigned to Bhumika. This is assigned to Chandana. But you see now, 2 ticket assigned to Nagraj. One ticket only assigned to Chandana and Bhumika. This is not correct, right? So organization level it should be the equal. Okay, but any in a scrum in this board, the workload will not decide based on the issue counts. It will decide maybe based on the workload. Maybe the 2 tickets it will be over 1 hour only, 2 hours only. But Bhumika work it will take 8 hours. Chandana work also it will take 8 hours, 9 hours like that. But comparatively, 2 tickets more, but workload is less. But how they decided? They decided based on the story points. Okay, story points is estimation of time. This is also interview questions. Okay, how do you estimate tickets in a JIRA with the story points? Okay, so they will click on this button. Okay, so actually default the story points will not work for bugs. It will work, story points will work for only stories. Okay, stories purpose they'll put the story initially story points will be work for only stories. They can put it like 1 story points, 2 story point, 3 or 5 or like that. So default for other issue type the story points will not work. Okay, so we cannot put it story points here. If I click on here also there is no story points, but we'll see if story points we can assign based on the screens. Summary, screens, bug screen. Add in the field.
Estimated time we cannot have.
So for bug estimation time will not work as a story points.
In data center it is possible.
No, data center also it will not possible. Okay, you can see here this is also interview questions. By default the story point is working for only stories, but I want to work for task, bug, epic, everywhere I need to work on it. So how do we do that? So if you come to board configurations, you can see estimation. So by default you can see story points. This is a default field. If you click on it, all organization number fields will become here. Only story points will be work for only story. Remaining if you have selected anything, it will work for everywhere. Okay, maybe I'll change to original time estimate, minimum maximum experience is a number field. I have a field in the backend, project code, number field, issue count. Okay, I'll select like a original time estimate. Okay, then I'll go to the back, the board backlog. Okay, as of now you can see 0 minutes. So I will select this is maybe 1 hour. So original estimate also will not work. So now this is balanced, right? So my workload is 4 hours, your work also, the remaining 4 people workload also 4 hours. Okay, so total one day 4 hours total time estimate, but each person 4 hours only. But 4 hours, but why it is like 2 weeks time? Just testing purpose I have took it, but normally they will fill it completely. Okay, means they'll assign multiple tickets to you. Okay, maybe 10, 15. Okay, so the time should be match. Then they will start a sprint. హలో హలో నాది న్యూరాలిక్ ల్యాప్టాప్ కిందకి ఇవ్వ వెంకటేష్ వస్తాడు. హలో తీసుకోవా? ఓకే.
What is this?
హలో, న్యూరాలిక్ ల్యాప్టాప్ సార్ వెంకటేష్ వస్తాడు ఇచ్చు ఇవ్వు. Scheme. Okay, then we'll click on start sprint. So when you click on start sprint also, the final it will be asked against the same details. So I'm okay with this, then click on start. So once I click on start, the tickets will be go to active sprint. So the developers work only active sprint tickets. I'll not go to the backlog. So I don't want that backlog, what tickets will be there, okay, how they are planning, don't care that. In a complete backlogs, Scrum Master will be handling. Only the active sprint, the developers will be working. So now the tickets is came here. So then I'll start work on it. I'll start to in progress. Once I'm done this, I'll move to done. When I click on this, the status will be changed back and also automatically. And if I change the status here, example 3, I'll move to in progress, then it will be changed in the board also. Okay, so anything you can drag and drop or you can do it. But my workflow is project settings. I'll go to the workflow. So have a default workflow. Okay, if I click on diagram, this is the workflow. But if it, whenever it is a custom workflow, okay, so how we need to manage that in the board? So closed. I'll add any existing tickets only. That's it. One open in progress, reopen, closed. Okay, I'll take this development workflow. I'll associate it to all projects. Then I'll click on finish. Then publish. So it's mapping. Okay, fine. Change. Acknowledge. Then before I can see tickets here, if I refresh it, cannot see tickets. Storyboard also I cannot see anything. Backlog also I cannot see anything. Before, when I am planning in the bug workflow, I have all bugs tickets here, but I cannot see anything. Why? So this is also the interview question they'll ask you. So I have created multiple tickets. Now the tickets are matching to my filter also. So first thing they'll ask you, okay, I've created a ticket, but I cannot see in the backlog. What could be the reason? The reason is the tickets is not matching to the board filter. Okay, so again you will say like it's matching. Okay, I can see in the filter, but still I cannot see it. Okay, because if I go to the board settings, board settings, click on layout, you can see columns. Click on columns. So before you can see to do, in progress, done. This is, you can see here. But now this is not my workflow. Okay, so what we need to do, instead of open, I have a instead of to do, I have a open. So I need the unmapped status, you can see left side. So that's why you are not able to see those tickets in a board. So now what I'll do, I'll move to under here, drag and drop. Now if I refresh it, I can see all my open tickets in to do. So you can name anything, you can give anything, just drag and drop. So that they will give you, okay, this is the name of the column. So in this column, so I want this all statuses one. They will give you, based on that we will. So I don't want this open, this is the different, this is the open one, right? So I can change to open, that's it. So this to do I don't want, just drag and drop left side, it will go off. It's a done, I don't want. So next I want to move all in progress, in development, in analysis, in testing also. Okay, I'll testing purpose I want to different. Then what I'll do, I'll create place button. What I'll do in testing, then save it. So this is where we need, this is I want after in progress, then drag and drop. Then I'll move to in testing. Okay, ready for testing also. Here I want ready for development, so I want here. So we can create a new also, just I'm moving like here, code review. Okay, and finally is closed example. So I'm not mapping these two, means if any ticket is moved to this two, it will not show on the board. So example, if I move to deployed, I cannot see in a board. Okay, so this we need to verify every time. This ticket I'm not able to see, could you please check it? JIRA admin should come to columns, need to check whether this is unmapped status, that's why it is not showing. So which column we need to move? You want a new column or you want to move to any existing column? If they are okay with an existing, it's fine, we'll move it to that. So now we can see all the same options here. If I refresh it, you can see open, in progress, in testing, done. In the future also, if you create anything place, deployed, I'll move to deployed. Okay, example, if I want in development once, drag and drop, before only in development. Okay, so now same, everything will be appear here. Okay, second, what we can do still here, okay. So once they're completed all the works, okay, in review, in development, then go to testing, okay, they'll deploy it. Okay, from deployed don't have any transition, that's why it's not going. So maybe what status have from deployed, code review to which one? Mm. Sorry.
Only workflows I have created
Mm.
development.
Mm.
So maybe further it is not visible.
No, see, for projects level I have a workflow. Okay, so maybe 5 status, 10 status, whatever. So it is depends on the projects. We'll create a workflow first. Okay, creating a workflow I'm not covering because we already created workflow for different. So just how to create a workflow I'm not covering, but I've just associated new workflow. Okay, to show you like existing workflow, to do, in progress, done, it's working same in the columns. But this columns, how it works, I'm just covering. Whenever you associated new workflow to the project, the ticket will be not appear because the existing status, the new workflow which I've associated, it is not matching in the board. Okay, the board where it is, the board setting, if you go to the board settings column, earlier I have old columns, old workflow, but I have associated new workflow. Okay, so that these columns, the status mapping should be matched to new workflow. Okay, so when I come to here, you can see all is unmapped status, means the status is not matching to the board columns. The board column is here, that's why the tickets is not appearing. Okay, example, I have a requirement example. I don't want to see UAT sign off tickets in my board. What should I do? Move to unmapped, then they'll not see in a board. They'll give you like this, I want to see like my UAT sign off tickets. Okay, I'm not able to see it when I move status to that, could you please help me on that? So we need to come to these columns, we need to check if that is a unmapped status, it will not visible on the board. Okay, if only mapping, then it will become. Okay, understood? So from here, the teams will work, developer will work on the tickets, they will close it within the sprint end date. What is the sprint end date? What we have put it here, 9th June. So before 9th June, they need to close these tickets. Once they close this ticket, they will complete a sprint. The product owners will become, so complete, it will happen, open, their development and testing is completed, then deploy is completed, then completed the work. Then they complete the sprint. The product owners, they will complete the sprint because I have not completed anything, still 4 pending items will be there, but we need to close before the end date. Okay, they will complete the sprint. Once they complete the sprint, the sprint will not appear here. Okay, see, sprint is empty now. Again the tickets I'm not closing, that's why again it is showing on sprint 2. So I just when I'm complete the sprint, it will be ask you to move the new sprint or backlog. So if I select a new sprint, the new sprint will be created. So earlier is a PD sprint 1, now it is a PD sprint 2. The 2 is 9th June is end, right? Now it is started from 9th June to 20th June. The second sprint. Okay. So means backlog, sprint, release the sprint. Okay. In the first ticket will be come to the backlog. They will analyze, they plan it, they will create a sprint, they will estimate the time, they will assign to developers who are working on it. They start the sprint. Once they start the sprint, it will go to the active sprint. Active sprint, the team need to work on it within an end date. So after they completed the tickets within the time, they will complete the sprint. Clear? Okay. Oh, we not cover this still. Okay. So in a board configuration, first I'll click on details. I can see all the details of what is the filter, who is the administrator. If you want to change the board name, you can change it from here. The second option is working days. So you're starting a sprint, right? You are selected 2 weeks. So which date should be work? Including Saturday and Sunday also. Your team is not working Saturday, Sunday, 4 days only. And what is the time zone, like that? And if you have any non-working days, you have an holidays. So the holidays you can select here. So the holidays, it will not calculate it automatically. Okay. So this is, if you selected 2 weeks sprint only, it is excluding now Saturday and Sunday. But you want to include that, you need to select these two options, Saturday and Sunday, or else not. Second, estimation. Just I told you, normally the story points will be work for only stories. If you want to any new, you need to change that from this place. Okay, you can create a new custom field. Example like workload. Okay, work estimation. You can create like that. That you will add it here. Then it will be work for all issue types. The second, timeline. Enable timeline. So you can see some timelines here. So I'll just show you like how this will be work. No problem. Next is columns. I've just covered this how is related to the workflow. So exact your project workflows should be matched to the columns. Okay, then only it will be appear, or else if it is unmapped status, it will not show on your board. Okay. Second, stream lanes. So how this stream lanes will be work? An example, I have this ticket. So in a backlog also, in active sprint also, I want to see the separation of the tickets. Example, I'll just start the sprint. Okay, same, this is assigned to 4 people. Now I can see. So I want to quickly see once they started the sprint, every day the sprint calls will be there. Okay, every people will be joining the call. Okay, Scrum Master will ask you, okay, what is the status? So any block will be there. Okay, you need an extra time. Okay, within the time we are able to finish it or not. Okay, this some discussion will be happening. Okay, so what you did today, what is your blocking, any blockers will be there, or what is your tomorrow planning. Okay, like that. Now if I see all the tickets is coming, so I want separations, example based on the priority or based on the assignee. Okay, like that. Stream lanes, assignee. Okay, now if I refresh it, you can see separation. Here is Nagraj, is the Bhumika, here Chandana. The separation you are seeing easily now, right? Instead of earlier all mixed at one place, the separation should be helpful definitely. So stream lanes, which is helpful for, it's a row wise, it will be differentiated. So instead of assignee, I can do any other one also based on epic. If multiple projects will be there, the project wise, none, it will not. But the queries, you can write any query also. Create a stream lanes column, the name, I'll put it like example priority. priority equals to highest. So what is this? All tickets have medium. Okay, create. This is just helpful for filtering the issues, separation, that's it. Okay, don't worry about it. That create it medium and high. So if I refresh it now, it changed to all medium. This is the tickets. So high don't have any ticket, that's why it is not showing. What I'll do, one ticket I'll change to priority high, right? Now what will happen? The separation will become definitely. This is the medium, this is the high. What I'll give? Priority, sorry. Edit. Right? 3 tickets in medium, 1 ticket is high. So like that you can write it any filter. So based on the filter, the ticket will be separated. Right? Okay. Next options, card colors. So means to the assignee only. I've just selected assignee. We can write it priorities wise, work type, own query also you can write it. So what will happen here? If you refresh it, you can see some line will become. See the red line, green line, again this red line. So what will happen? Based on the assignee I have selected, the left side one line will become. What is use of that means? Just identify with the colors. Not useful more, but option will be there. Okay. Card layout. So this is important option. If I go to the backlog, so I've seen some ticket number. I can see story. Okay, I can see status. This option. I want to see some extra fields. The extra fields you can add it from here. Example, I want to see reporter. Save. You can see this is the backlog. Below one active sprint. So I've just added reporter. Now if I refresh it, you can see reporter here. Nagraj. I've created all I've created. That's why you can see my name only. But if other person can see. But the same if I go to here, you cannot see. But without open tickets, if I want to see something in the active sprint also, example, I want to see assignee name clearly, or any custom, a lot of custom will be there. So we can select anything, and if I refresh it now, the assignee you can see directly here. You can see this is Nagraj, this is Bhumika, this is Chandana, this is Nagraj again. Okay, so without open the ticket, you want to see any information that you need to add into the card layout. Got it? But like that, how many fields we can add it? Only 3 fields. You can see add up to 3 fields. Okay, you want to write it like 10 fields I want to add it, it's not possible. Only maximum 3 fields. But this is also interview questions. How many card layouts we can add it? Okay, 3. In active sprint also you can add 3, or backlog also you can add 3. Okay. Finally is quick filter. So what is the quick filter? You can see the filter option recently updated, assigned to me. The quick filter you can see here. Recently updated, assigned to me. So you can write it any filter here. Create a filter, name, maybe Nagraj, query, assignee equals to okay, then I've created. So now it is created. So how this helpful? So example, in a sprint, we are working 100 tickets. If I want to see all this in a 100, it is more time it will be take. It confused definitely. But in a call example, I'm asking Nagraj. Okay. Then they'll go to the quick filter. They'll selected Nagraj. Now only Nagraj ticket will be shown. Right? Like that, if I added Chandana, assign is equal to Chandana name will come on the quick filter. If I click on Chandana, only Chandana tickets will become. So this is easy for Scrum Master to speak about the tickets. So now I'll just talk to them. Okay, you have one medium ticket and one high ticket. Okay, so what any blockers or any what is tomorrow planning, so how much estimation for these tickets, then they'll go to next person. The next person they will click on some other persons again, they will unselect this person and check the next person, they'll discuss it. So the quick filter helpful for in the top level to filter the tickets. Okay, streamlines which is helpful for the separation of the tickets also. Got it? Right. Okay, so this we can do from the board configuration is extra. So what is JIRA admin work? Same project creation, Scrum Kanban projects, then project configuration, issue type, workflow, screens, everything. Then board configurations also. If they're expecting, say I want to create a quick filter, say I want to create a streamlines this. If they don't know, we need to help them, or if they have board admin permissions, they can do their self. If board admin can see this board setting option, they can do their work. Clear? Right? Okay. So second, if I go to the backlog, okay, I can see here versions, epics. If I click on version, I'll show version, epics, epics. But in a data center, the version epics, it will be automatically appear. Okay. So first I'll go to the board settings. If you go to the board settings, summary, the right side you can see versions. The same versions it will become here. So example, I'll add a version. Okay, create version. Example 1.0. What is the start date, end date? You can put it, or else there is no time estimation when you're creating. There is no time. Then leave it. Then save. Then again I will create 1.1, click on save. So now if I go to this board, if I refresh it, I can see my versions list here, 1.0, 1.1. But what is use of versions? So one development I am working on it. The development is related to which versions. If you see anywhere, JIRA also the version will be there. If you go to any iOS, Android's version will be there. Anything, the version will be there. Nowadays is a software, there is a some version name. Okay, so I'm doing one development work. The development is related to which version I'm planning to release it. So if there is no something, I'm releasing 1.0 only. So everything we cannot put it in the 1.0 only. Okay, so 1.1 is a limitation. Okay, this is the future we are releasing. 1.1 some extra features like that. So when they are creating a ticket, I'm creating one story, anything, bug also. Okay, bug means affected version will be there. When we created a bug, if any software is working, if not working any expected, any bug we are facing, any glitch we are able to understand, suppose page working slow, or whenever I'm typing something it's not allowing, so this kind of bugs. Okay, when you're creating a bug, the affected version will become. So in a which version this problem is coming. Okay, example like I'm click on create a custom field option. When I click on create custom field option, the screen is not popping. But in which JIRA version it is happening? The person want to know, right? We have lot of versions, so affected version will become 1.1. The version is affecting. Okay, like that they will create. Any new one, they will come like a fixed version. Okay, in a this task in a which version we are going to do it. So I'll just selecting some bug. Oh, new only will become. Okay, I'll go to here, story, backlog, versions, pick, story. Fixed version 1.1, selected create option. The fixed version affected version is a custom field, it will be available in the backend. Okay, Now I'll just created this one ticket I've created, and if you see, expand it. Okay, I've selected one, right?
1.0.
No, 1.1 only I've selected.
1.0 only, sir.
Ah, it's not selected. So affected version, fixed version. One second. The fields we need to add, I think. Label, due date. It's a custom fields. E. Story. Affected version 1.0 or fixed version 1.1. Example. And create.
Context.
1 second. Two version will be there. Shit. 1 second. Backlog. Columns. So we mapped to earlier different one. So now we are doing here. That's why it is not showing now. Okay, work items here. One work item here. Okay, so this is a problem. Sometimes we don't know, like we need to fix it like this, that it is not mapping to workflow, so that's why it is not showing. So anyway, whenever you created a ticket, it is not visible. One is filter issue, if ticket is matching to filter. The second, you need to see columns mapping. So as of now, my all columns are in a unmapped place. So that's why if ticket is any status, the status is not mapping to anywhere in the board, it will not show on the board. So now just I map to here, that's why it is showing. Okay, the right one you need to map it. So as of now I'm not like this, only to do in progress done, but I'm not started a sprint. Okay, once I start a sprint, it will become here. But before also, if not mapping any status to the column, right column, so it will not show on the board also, backlog also. Okay, so now if I click on it, you can see 1.1 version is one here, 1.1 1.01 ticket, 1.1 one ticket, so total 2 tickets I've selected. So you can see here the version 1.1 1.0. okay, this is no version related. Example, if I click on this, only one version I can see, remaining tickets is hidden. And if I click on 1.1, only 1.1 ticket I can see it. Okay, not. So how this is helpful? They will create a versions. Okay, in a backlog have a 20 tickets. 10 tickets is related to 1.0. The 10 tickets only they will move to 1.0 version. They will start the sprint. Okay, so what is the development they will do related to the 1.0 only. If second 20 tickets 1.1, but how this is helpful left side, they can track their versions list here, and I want to see only 1.0 tickets now. If I click on this, only 1.1. If I click on 1.0, 1.0. If I click on both, only both will become. If empty one, it will be hide. So easy filter one, right? So it's not a versioning. Version is number wise 1.0, 1.1 like that. But I have a epics. Okay, epic one will discuss deeply next. But when I'm creating an epic, okay, I will write it here, any ticket. parent components, hello, name. Okay, I'll just create it. Oh, it will not visible here. Why? No, it's not in a ticket filter. If I go to the details, only story visible. So epic will not visible, right? So now if I change to type in, so I want to all here example, bug only I want to different, not equals to bug. Okay, here I can see remaining all task also, any other one also, it will become now. So if I refresh it, epic. So if you create any epic, under epic we can create a tickets. Epic only will work as a grandparent level. Under epic we can create a add, you can create a child work items. Okay, we can create here task or story, anything, test one like this. You can see if I click on it, only related epic will become. So but how this helpful, epics? So epics, example, we have a organization level, we have a quarter wise some releases will be there, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, like that. Okay, any tickets, any organization will be work, they will separate it. Okay, within this quarter this tickets, or next quarter this. Okay, I will create this financial year 2026. Okay, or I can create like 2026 quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, all 4 we can see in the epics. Under epic, quarter 1, what is my tickets, I will create a right side, the tickets will be created the right side. Epic will be work as a grandparent level. Under that we can create a stories, tasks, sub, like that. And under task, story, something we can create a subtask. Okay, so the epics, any epics, this is a name, is a high level name. Under quarter 1 example, so what are the tickets, it will become like this. This is a version based, this is the epic based, it will become. Okay, so this is completely the Scrum board. Okay, we can see here version scrap, limitations are epic wise. Okay, filter we can create a multiple boards. Okay, so the multiple boards also we can create a Scrum, Kanban, or anything. Then backlog, only Scrum Master will plan it, they will create a sprint. Once sprint is started, it will go to the active sprint. Active sprint, the developer will work on it. Once they completed, will become. Okay, these complete project the Scrum Master will manage it, but if they are stuck somewhere, we need to help them. Okay, but the Scrum Master, they will not set a project configuration, issue type, workflow creation, everything we need to handle. But apart from board configuration, they can do it, or if they stuck somewhere, we need to help them. So that's why we need to know everything, right? Clear? Okay, so next is how Kanban board will be work. I'll create a project. Now I'll select Kanban, use template, anything, Power BI, PB, create. Skip, I'm not inviting, and continue. Same, when project is created, the board will be created. If I go to, you can see only two differences. If I go to Scrum board, you can see backlog and active sprint, two options. But in a Kanban board, you can see only board directly. Whenever I create a ticket, okay, example, I'll create a story, it's a Power BI project, I'll create it, create the Scrum board, the tickets will be come to the direct here backlog. It's a status, it will come to the backlog. From there they will start work on it. Once they started, they will change the status, they will complete it. What is the difference you see here? It's a planning. Okay, Scrum board will work based on the planning's time frame. Kanban board will work without planning. Planned, unplanned. Only this is the major difference. Okay, any development activities that within a time you want to develop it within a time frame, that you need to go to the Scrum. If there is no time limit, but the development project also anything, but there is no time limits, time frame, it will be go to the Kanban. Okay, so some person will become ask you, okay, this is my business idea, this is my project, you want to create it. So then you will ask it definitely, what is the project type you need, Scrum or Kanban? So you will say like, I don't know difference, what is the difference with that time we need to explain them. Scrum is, it will work like this, we have a backlog in the Scrum. So once the tickets are created, it will be in the backlog, then we will plan it based on the sprint. Okay, the sprint wise only we need to work on it. So you know, you don't have that planning wise, or whenever the ticket is created, your team will start work on it, you will develop it. That case you need to go to the Kanban. Okay, if they say like we are doing development activities but we don't have any time frame, okay, we'll, whenever the ticket is created, we'll start work on the development and we'll release it. That case we need to go to the backlog, but that is based on their business needs, we need to suggest it. Suppose if I created a Scrum, but few days after he came, so he is asking like, I don't want to Scrum, I want a Kanban. We can delete the board, we can create it. Remember, if you delete the board, the ticket will not delete it. Okay, the board means only board will be deleted. Okay, the ticket will remain the same in the project. Okay, you can delete it or you can create a Kanban. Right? So again the board configuration same. If you go to the board settings, you can see all here, but something extra you can see here. Select time frame, completed issue you don't want to see. Is in a here, if you go to the filter details, you can see only filter details. Who is edit permission, what is the project, that's it. But in a Kanban you can see completed issues. And sub filter also will be there. Okay, fixed version in unreleased version or fixed version is empty, it will not show. Filter, sub filter, the selected time frame 2 weeks. Why this is? See, here I have a sprint. If I close the sprint, the ticket will not show on the active sprint. Okay, it will not show means the if once close the ticket, close the sprint, the ticket will be go appear, not appear from the board. So it is a clean. The new tickets will become, I can see new tickets only. The old tickets I cannot see it. But here, if I close any tickets in a Kanban project, all tickets will be shown on the done category. Like if 1000 tickets I close, 1000 tickets also I can see. If I go to the like this, it will show on the board will not looks like good. So like the selected development also, this this anything. Okay, it not looks good. Here some limitation tickets only is coming in the board, and I can see only working tickets. If I completed that, if I complete the sprint, the ticket will not appear in the board. Okay, it will be go disappear. Then new tickets will become, I can see only new tickets. Then again it will go. It's a clean. But to maintain clean here, example, I close the tickets. The tickets is 2 weeks old. 2 weeks back I closed it. I don't want to see those tickets. We can put it 1 week ticket, 2 weeks ticket. If I selected this completed ticket, choose how long completed is to stay on your board. 2 weeks only. After 2 weeks, disappear. That case it looks good. Okay, if you see like 1000 tickets over at one places, it's not looks good. Instead of that only 2 weeks tickets. Okay. Then working days only. You can see here timeline. And next is columns. Columns is same. But some extra option you can see here. Columns is same. But if I go to do in progress done, I can see only to do in progress done. But here minimum maximum means, see in a backlog, in a board, I can see thousands of tickets. Maybe 100 tickets is created. But the 100 tickets, how it will be appear? All our tickets will be appear in the board only backlog. If I go to the below, keep on coming. Right, the maximum 10 tickets only I want to see in the backlog. If I change one backlog ticket to development, again one ticket should be come. Okay, that limitation we can do from the column itself. Minimum ticket, maximum only 10 tickets. If you create a 11th ticket, that will not come on the project. It will be available in the back end, but it will not messy. Okay, some limitations. Then swim lanes is same, the separations, card colors is same, card layout also same, but here only Kanban board. Here backlog and active sprint, but here only board. Quick filters, quick filter also same, the filtering in the top is the same, but only here the estimation will not be there. Estimation will be work for only Scrum, because when we are starting a sprint, we'll give you estimation time. Based on that estimation time only the people will start work on it. Okay. Hello. Ah. 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 ఏ వేరే అకౌంట్ ఇచ్చినా పర్లేదా? నేను అదే మరి ఒక ఆంధ్ర బ్యాంక్ లేదు కదా, ఏ బ్యాంక్ ఇవ్వాలంటున్నా. ఏదో ఒక అకౌంట్ సార్, అదే అడుగుతున్నా. ఓకే సరే ఇస్తున్నా. Okay, clear?